we have ourselves 3 days to get ourselves to Zihuatanejo.
So long, I'm sure it's not too often that someone's pulled out a French class.
I'm super scared after the fact that we got caught on rocks. We're not getting any signal.
I feel like she should have a life jacket on.
They're gonna extract it from up top to see if the Starlink will have a better range of motion.
All right, so we are on a great hunt to figure out where the leak is coming from.
There's nothing there on top of the cables. You see?
It all fell off.
Yeah.
When you travel full-time, amazing things happen. You get to see unique sights that would usually only be seen in a documentary and taste food made by local chefs that is better than any 5-star restaurant. Traveling nonstop gives you a front row view of nature in a way you would have never dreamed. And to top it off, you get to meet people who grew up totally different than you, where the drop of a thought bomb can make you think about life 100% differently than you did before. We've learned that the rewards are limitless if you take a chance on yourself, and now and then, we get to share our lives with others up close and personal, which is fantastic. With friendship as our home, we are learning that not only is having crew helpful, but they are also becoming a welcome addition to our family. Join us as we take on yet another crew member on our way up to Zihuatanejo, make on-the-spot changes to our Starlink setup, and discover why the lighting on friendship is not what it used to be. Thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible.
Hello! Welcome aboard! You made it! Gracias!
A new person! Yay! So this is where we're throwing Samuel overboard. Out with Samuel, in. Sorry. It's been fun!
Okay, so we are now in Puerto Angel in Mexico. We have ourselves 3 days to get ourselves to Zihuatanejo because Apple and Largo have their flight they have to get to. And so we've taken a pause. We stopped overnight on anchor. Not necessarily in an anchorage, but in a place where we could drop anchor. And it was a little rough and rolly last night, but it was okay. Today's adventure is going to be where we're going to go ahead and try and battle going upwind and hopefully get some winds that are not against us. But if we can get at least some wind at like 30 to 40 to 50 degrees that can help us motor sail, that would be really nice. We just refilled on fuel 2 days ago. And we're hoping not to have to burn it all to get all the way up to Puerto Vallarta, but we know we're going to have to burn a lot. I think it's going to be time for a little bit of fun when we get to Zihuatanejo. But when I talk about fun, I mean like having margaritas and eating tacos and sort of the typical style of fun that you think that when you have like 2 or 3 day break. Yes, we want to go see culture things, but at this point we just want like a mental break. And when Jessica and Largo are gone, we're gonna sort of just like kick back and relax a little bit because I think we've earned it.
So long, I'm sure it's not too often that someone's pulled out a French class to do the anchor, right?
So undo that one and then you're gonna pull it out on that side. I could go for a fruit roll-up right about now.
Well, we're gonna have some when we're in the U.S. in a week or so. What's your favorite part? Do you like doing the anchor? You like getting us out of places, right?
I like getting us out of places, yeah.
Yeah, Dad didn't want to let you here just because there's so many rocks around, but you've gotten very good at it.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned about the anchor, to tell you the truth, because I had no idea what was down below us. So
you're scarred after that time in the sunblock.
I'm super scarred after the fact that we got caught on rocks. So yeah.
Wait, when did we get caught on rocks?
In San Blas.
I don't remember that.
Remember the neighbor went down in his diving equipment?
No.
You might have been in French class then too.
All right, so we're off for a 3-day extravaganza. Fingers crossed, we'll get there in 3 days, and not 4 days.
We got a problem if we get there in 4 days. How far can you free dive?
Depends.
The deepest I've been is 25.
25?
The 25 meters or feet?
25 meters.
Okay.
How far can you go in meters?
I think I've gone like 15, 16.
I can go 2. Avalon's probably, how many meters can Avalon do?
She went like 20.
20? Yeah, she's really good at it. But she's not here, so.
Yeah.
We're not going to have to worry about it because we're not going on anchor again.
We will say thank you to the ocean.
Is it a big one?
No.
Is it dead already?
No.
It's not?
Nope.
They're so mean. We're going to push them over.
That's big enough.
In the last several months, our Starlink satellite dish has become one thing we rely upon more than anything else on friendship. But when we woke up this morning, the dish seemed to have a mind of its own and placed itself in a position where internet service was impossible. So that was the first issue we had to take care of.
We're not getting any signal. It's pretty important to us because Largo has a lot of school to do, and I wouldn't mind getting support done myself. So I'm just trying to do everything possible, including...
So why do you keep leaning forward like that?
I'm looking at the dish, seeing if it actually turns, because I just factory reset the whole thing. I'm hoping that would cause the whole dish to go ahead and sort of tilt back up, and then...
Do you think maybe we should have a backup Starlink on here for situations like this? Like, considering we're so dependent on it?
Maybe.
So Laura, you came up with a good suggestion for Starlink. What is it? To try and fix it? Move it?
Yes, just move it.
If that worked, then you'll finish your schoolwork on time. Yay!
So we're gonna catch some fish and get internet.
Get it at the same time, exactly. They're going to move it into they're going to extract it from up top, and then they're going to move it down to where we put our fishing poles into to see if the Starlink will have a better range of motion. It seems to not want to go flat right now, and we're thinking that maybe if we move it, it will be happy in its new place. Stay tuned. Since the boys are deep in thought, I'm going to give you play-by-play here. We are performing surgery on Starlink. Thank goodness we have a well-equipped medical kit. Will is in shadow right now, but you can see that he's not appreciating my humor because he's stressed that Starlink isn't working. So imagine there was a day we survived without this. I feel like she should have a life jacket on. I'm nervous. She's going to go like this. How are you feeling?
Semi-optimistic. We moved it to a better place. Well, to a place that it can be flat. And I am now checking to see what happens with the with it trying to find a satellite, and it's intermittent. Sometimes it says yes, sometimes it says no. I'm hoping that as it sort of learns its new surroundings, it will go ahead and sort of learn where the satellites are.
Do you think it's a satellite issue, or do you think it's a device issue?
I think it's probably a device issue.
Yeah.
I'm not certain about that. I'm more optimistic than I was this morning, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not. We'll see. I have no. I wish I was more technical than this.
This was an amazing team effort. Largo came up with one suggestion that they did, which led to another suggestion that Samuel gave, which led to Will knowing his device and knowing what would work and where to put things on the boat. So even though we're not certain if this is going to work out, it's a perfect example of teamwork and everyone putting their thinking caps on and working together to come up with a solution, which you have to be able to do on a boat, which I absolutely love.
And he did it. So down with the Kuna and Panama flag, up with Mexico. Oyster up.
You know the Mexican hymn?
I was going to say, do we know the Mexican national anthem or something, right? I know. Feliz Navidad.
So it was going to be aubergine roasted for dinner tonight, but I think it's going to be ceviche now because we got a whitefish. I was getting ready to go down for my nap, and I realized that Century hadn't been fed because she was meowing like a mad woman, and it's like 4 hours after her feeding time. So I opened up the bottom step over there, not the locker, but the bottom step, and it was full of this much water. So we know from being on the boat all this time, you got to figure out, is it salt or is it water that's you've made? And so Samuel and I both tasted it and agreed it was salt water. And the assessment is that it's not a lot of water, and we believe, because you can hear we've been slapping for hours now, that the spray is coming in somehow. This is the amount of water that Samuel got out of his cabinet. So it's not much. It's like probably, 12 ounces, whereas the locker that had Century's food had a ton in it. So it's never a dull moment on a boat, and it is 9 o'clock at night, and I go on shift in an hour, so I need to get some sleep, but I thought I would share this because we're going to figure it out in the morning where the source is. All right, so we are on the great hunt to figure out where the leak is coming from. Century was really worried when she noticed it affected her food, just so you know. So we've been head to wind and really, really banging for a good majority of this trip. and there was a little bit of water, but now there's a lot more. And last night I think was probably our worst night of head to wind. So our thought is, it's also coming over the front, so maybe it's going into the lockers and then dispersing out. Maybe it's coming through some through holes. It's getting in here somehow, but it's not surprising considering the extreme situation we've been in. And when I say extreme, I don't mean dangerous extreme. I just mean extreme in the sense that it's really pounded on the boat, and the boat is solid and is fine, but it's not used to water coming this way at it, because most people don't sail in this or motor sail unless they absolutely have to.
In the meantime, Largo's still doing school. Like nothing's happening.
Biology's final is due in a couple days, so.
Yep. So in the meantime, Samuel and Luis Ocean are hard at work just trying to get all the water out, and so that we don't, see any flooding. Oh, that's annoying.
It is annoying.
Okay. During these last 3 weeks and change since we left Costa Rica, since we left Panama, I've been doing journaling. Call it journaling, call it blogging, call it whatever you want to do it. I've been posting onto our Predict Wind tracking page, which we give access to our patrons. Sometimes you choose to express your creativity through a video. Sometimes you choose to express your creativity through a journal. In this case, I've been journaling, and it's been nice. I've never really put pen to paper before, or I guess brain to keyboard before, to express sort of the day's affairs, and I've really been enjoying it. It kind of releases the pressure of constantly feel like you have to be filming, but yet you can still be sharing. This passage so far has been an epic journey of what our motors can do if we ask them to do it, and quite frankly of what our patients can manage, because no one likes to be motoring for this far. Of the, call it 20 something days that we've been out, we've motored every single day. We're about 7 hours from Zihuatanejo, which is where we are going to stop for, call it a week, maybe. I really do enjoy having crew on board. I thought it'd be a pain, and it's not always perfect because we don't know each other from day one, but as long as we all have a good sense of humor about it, it's all really good. To bring two people on board with us and to explore who they are and their stories and their adventures has been really nice, and I've been appreciative of everything.
Welcome to Zihuatanejo, Mexico. We will be here for a total of 1 week, and then Samuel and Luis Ocean will sail to Puerto Vallarta. Largo and I will go back to the US to see Avalon and then meet them in Puerto Vallarta. And this is the first time, besides getting our 2 Crown members to Puerto Vallarta, this is the first time that we've had no destination because we changed our plans. We have no place we need to be. So we are going to comfortably sail around Mexico for, I guess, as long as we want. We've been sailing for probably close to a month now, with little stops here and there for a couple days, but we haven't done a good clean. We've just kind of been surviving and trying to get out of hurricane zone and our lightning zone before it was too late. So right now, all 3 of us are kind of working on different things to clean up the boat and get it habitable again, because there's only a 3-day sail left and then we won't be sailing like crazy anymore. So this place gets pretty nasty when we're sailing. I mean, we try to pick up and whatnot, but the most important thing is keeping the boat safe and the humans safe and the humans fed.
How's it cleaning?
It's hot.
So we've given this place an entire wash down with salt water with our saltwater pump, and then now we're doing a freshwater rinse. Just make sure that all of the bits and pieces that need to sort of stay non-rusted. I know, Sentry, it's a lot of work in there.
She's working hard, Will. She's doing her usual supervising, making sure I'm folding.
Largo, how's biology going?
Good.
There you go.
Largo is the best deal of the bunch, I think. This would not be a good advertisement for boat life. 1 working on a computer, 3 computers total out there. Samuel, you look like you could be an advertisement for boat life. Yep. Will, we can't even look at Will's face because it's going to be, well, show us your face.
Because I don't want to be late for dinner.
Show us your face.
I don't want to go there.
Hi, Century. You're a good advertisement for boat life. Go help her. She's coming to supervise.
There is tacos over here. It looks so good. And now we have Samuel for his first margarita ever in his lifetime. Forget ever Mexico.
Mango.
Alright, ready?
That's good with the salt. Approved.
This is what 7:30 in the morning. It's like the fishermen back from their catches, and then they're all sort of selling their fish, and these guys are then sort of having breakfast. It's really cool. It's amazing. This thing happens every single day here. It's like a party out here. Look at that.
So as you can imagine, after weeks of bashing upwind, there was definitely some rest in order. But eventually it was time to get back to work on Friendship.
On top of our mast, our tricolor lights and our anchor light hasn't been working. I mean, we're okay. We have navigation lights down at sort of ground level, so we have lights that are compliant and everything else. It's not ideal, but we're gonna resolve that right now. Samuel's going up. He was like, someone's got to go up. Largo said, I want to go up, but then he had to go. And now Samuel says, please pick me. So yeah, we're gonna send him up the mast. You're a licensed electrician?
Next job.
Okay. We basically got him up first, and then he can hoist up the tools afterwards. And so if anything happens that he needs another tool, he'll bring down the bucket, lower the bucket, and then we'll just go ahead and get him whatever he needs. He's actually more talented than he gives himself credit for. He's quite good at fixing just about anything. So I'm pretty confident with him being up there.
Will, I'll call you video WhatsApp.
Okay, so the whole thing fell off. The whole tricolor fell off.
There's no bulb. There's nothing there on top of the cables. You see?
It all fell off.
Yeah. Everything fell off then.
Wow, okay. Okay.
But the view is nice.
All right, you ready to go down?
Yeah, I will check again the middle light.
Okay. So we're approaching the end of our stay here in Zihuatanejo, and I have to tell you, Zihuatanejo, I don't think it's on everyone's cruising roadmap, but it should be. It's actually really cool. There's just a lot of culture. It's not overloaded with tourists, except for when you come during Holy Week and during Easter and all that stuff. But I think that this is like the kind of sleepy, but not sleepy town. It's got a lot of like restaurants and amenities and everything else, but yet it's got that feel that you're not exactly hanging out with every other tourist known to man. So, Century, how's Zihuatanejo? So this part of the whole experience I call divide and conquer, and this is where, well, Samuel and Luis, they're out getting gas. They hopped in a taxi with jerry cans. They're filling up for diesel, and I am now on the hunt for food. You see, we've now been here for a week, and our days have been, for the most part, work all day during the afternoon. Well, work all day, in the afternoon, work some more, and then during the evenings, or sort of at this point, like around 5:30, 6, we will come to shore and take care of what we need. You know, whether it's groceries or you just need a land break. Whoa, that might be better this way. And so we've enjoyed this place because it's not that often where you get like this truly immersive hats. No, where you get this truly immersive location where, of course, there's like bars and restaurants and everything else, and there's everything that you want to sort of have as a place to go as a cruiser to feel like you're getting a bird's eye view of life. But around here, I've said this once, I'll say it a million times. There's like very few tourists. When I mean tourists, I mean like non-Mexican tourists. And one of those things here where you're hanging out and you walk around and you go to places to see the country, and this is sort of what it is for us. Hey, look at these right here. These make me a little nostalgic because my mom had these while growing up. Like this is the stuff that she walked around the house in, and I totally feel like, well, I kind of feel like I should be buying stuff for my mom, but I'm not because she already has like 100 of them. This is really a bad idea. I'm coming here without a list. I usually make a list everywhere I go to the store, but today I just didn't make a list. So I'm just grabbing whatever I see is appetizing. candy anyone? Okay, so far I've got cat food, I got paper towels, I've got aluminum foil, and I've got chips. I think I'm done. I think this will last us for 3 days. At least Sancho will be fed okay.
Thank you so much for watching this episode and following our family as we explore the world. Join us in the next episode where we get to see what Largo and I were up to while the crew of Friendship were in Zihuatanejo, and Will does his first passage without the family.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Sentry looks like she's a bit.
Sancho's a little nervous, but we'll be all right.
If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, we would greatly appreciate it if you could hit the button below. Plus, another shout out to our incredible patrons who, without their support, these episodes would not be possible. Join us on Patreon for monthly live chats and exclusive content.
All right, now with one fish down, we just got another fish. Oh boy. Is this a big one?
You know what?
Is it my?
She is luckier than Samuel.
The key is don't get attached to the fish. Don't give it a name. We're gonna get some well-needed rest. Friendship is getting some well-needed TLC. And we are going to finally enjoy some Mexican, if anything, food culture. Because we've been dying for tacos. We've been dying for quesadillas and margaritas and everything else. How's the view up there?